aware, there's only two things that are semi-official, and those two things that are semi-official are the Gourd and things. After that, everything else is up for grabs. And like I said, how that first started with the dress was because those people just happened to be Native American Church, and they just happened to be Gourd dancers and veterans. Okay, not everybody's Native American Church, and a lot of people think, oh, well, you got to have the blanket, you got to have the beads, you got to have the sash. That's all Native American Church. No, you don't have to have those. But it's become uniform, cliche. And like I said about how human beings are, we like to ritualize stuff. And in the process of ritualizing, oh no, you can't be a priest unless you have a collar and a black suit. Well, no, you can love God. You can tell people about God. You don't have to wear sackcloth and what did John the Baptist wear? Yeah. And he ate bees, honey, and something
like
else.
Sackcloth and burlap and bees, honey, and.
But what was his main nibble? His grasshoppers, bugs, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think so.
He was a holy man. He was a holy man. But when you think of that, okay, well, did everybody who was going to be a blessing to the people and spread the word have to wear that? No, they didn't. Okay, same thing's true of Gourd dances. But now that you see all these different Gourd dance groups, that's exactly what the first they do. I need a blanket. And I need a sash, and I need mescal beans, and there's various things you'll see that people are wearing. Almost everything out there is Native American Church. If you're not Native American Church, you don't have to wear it. But if you want to fit in with the gang, and see, that's another thing. That's peer pressure. Peer pressure. Well, he's got a blanket, he's got the beads, and I need beads, I need a blanket. Peer pressure. That's what happens. That's the nature of humanity. We do things a lot of times just because other people are wearing it. Like I said, the only thing you need is Gourd, fan. Okay, fans primarily keep you cool. No other reason. Feather-wise, eagle is preferable just because of its significance as being sacred. But on the other hand, if you don't know anything about sacred things, it's better to have a fan that's not sacred. That way, if it falls down and drops on the ground or something of that nature, it isn't a big holy no-no. And so you can use turkey feathers. Turkey feathers are appropriate, they're fine, they're beautiful. My other fan is a turkey feather fan, and it looks great. It's got all red, white, and blue and all that good stuff on it. The other one's my eagle fan. And I like that one significantly when I go somewhere because I feel that that's a blessing for me, but that's a blessing for me to share. And treating things in a respectful way, you treat it in a respectful way, and by having it, it reminds you to behave. It reminds you to be nice to people. It reminds you not to judge somebody else. If somebody looks what Kyle was called hingy hay, which is stupid, jerk, oh man, that's a fool. No, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to judge somebody else, how they look, how they act. Sometimes there's medical reasons, sometimes there's psychological reasons, sometimes there's financial reasons, but you don't make fun of somebody. You don't call them down. One of the responsibilities of a head dancer is first to get up and start the dancing. Okay, it's not necessary to match his step. That's another thing. People feel like, I'm out of step. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And that goes for dancing when you're in the arena. It doesn't matter. As long as you're in time with the drum, and as long as you stop at the same time. That's the whole key to all of it. But all of that, the dancing, whether it be Gourd dance or salsa dance or stop dance, is actually a celebration of culture. It's a celebration of people, what it's about. It has nothing to do with anything sacred. This is not sacred stuff. Okay, this is honorings. This is respect. Now, sacredness, that's the church. That's when you start talking about God. Native Americans like to start everything with a prayer, which is appropriate. And that goes for anything. I mean, you can start a wedding, or I had a great barbecue with hooch and everything else, and we're cooking out and going crazy. And my adopted dad came and showed up, and he said, you know what you're missing? I said, no. He said, get all in here, y'all hold hands, we're going to pray first. And, okay, all right, okay. So put your hooch down, put your beers down, and everything else, we're going to pray. So we did. He said, I want to bless all of you here. I want you to keep your minds in a holy way, respectful, take care of each other, enjoy yourself, have a good time, but keep God in your mind at all times. He said, and by doing that, that takes away the evil, that takes away any negative. And anytime you come to talk about something no good, put it aside. We'll talk about that later. When you're sober, when you're not having a good time, enjoy yourself, have food, drink, but do it in a good way. Even Jesus Christ did it in a good way. So in that sense, that's what I'm asking, blessing on you. Nothing bad to come from it. Don't overindulge, don't crash your car, all that kind of business. I thought, great. So that was a wonderful blessing for us. So after that, yeah, for everything. I mean, even if we're having, 30 kids, so we're having thank God for it. Thank God for the blessing of the eat, the drink, the time we have together, and everyone there. Because someday we won't all be here. We won't be together. We'll be somewhere else. So anyway, back to the dance and what's appropriate. Okay, the fan, the gourd. The fan, there again, it's appropriate to use non-eagle. It's not sacred. You're not going to offend anybody. Non-eagle. It's just like a lot of people will think, oh, well, that's sacred. It fell on the ground. We got to do this. And yeah, there's protocol to the correct way when eagle feathers go down. There's protocol. But you don't have to worry about any of that if you don't have an eagle feather or eagle fan. Okay, let's see. Gourd. Like I say, the original gourd, that's just like you grow all over the place. You can have a gourd like that. They're commercially available. But there again, pure pressure cans. Okay, they have those commercially available also. That's the salt shaker things. Aluminum. There's a ton on the market. So that. Okay, and they don't have to be the mescal beans. If you're gonna go ahead and submit to pure pressure and you need a bandolier, great. There's tons of them that are available commercially. You can go to Powwows and they have them there. You can build your own, and I like to build all my own stuff, but a lot of times if you want to get involved in it quick, right away, you can go purchase all the things you need to have. So the bandolier, the gourd, the fan, sash wise, there again, you can build the sash or you can purchase one. They have them commercially available. Then you're in business. You don't need, like I carry a cedar bag. A lot of times I'm asked to do things in a good way, and that's a sacrament. Cedar, sage, tobacco, and water are all sacraments. But most people that are asked to pray for somebody, a lot of times they're asked to either make a gift of the cedar or tobacco or sage as an offering to God. Okay. There again, that's not necessary either. Sacraments aren't necessary to prayer. You don't have to have a sacrament to pray. Let's say what I found is convenient because there again, in ancient times, giving away money wasn't necessary. Never was. Okay. But also in ancient times, Native Americans were famous for giving everything you got. I mean, somebody says, "Wow, it's a beautiful shirt. Here you go." "Wow, I like your necklace. Here you go." And things of that nature. Well, in ancient times, they had giveaways of goods or finished items. That's what they gave away. Not me. Well, in contemporary times, it was cheaper to give away a buck than it is to give somebody a war shirt or a beautiful fan or something of that nature. So, in honorings, they'd go put that down. But back to the true way of dancing, the true way of honoring somebody. Just the fact that you danced with somebody was the honor. That was the honor. Like you saw somebody dancing and they're honoring. Just to dance with him, that was the honor. No gifts were necessary. Now, everybody there again, ritualization of giving ones and stuff like that. Okay, that started up. Somebody put a $1 bill down. Everybody will say, "Oh, gee, I feel ashamed. I feel compelled. I have to put $1 down." So Shazam, they put $1 down. Okay, I heard a lot of old timers saying, "It didn't used to cost nothing to be a gourd dancer. Now you got to have $100 in ones, and yeah, it can get expensive." So the idea is, don't honor everybody. If everybody requires that, fine. If you just want to go and dance with somebody, you don't have to put any money down. And if anybody chastises somebody for not putting it down, then they don't have the correct understanding of what it's about, because it has nothing to do with the money. It's the idea that you dance with somebody. That's the honoring. Okay, now, Secondarily, if you do decide to honor somebody and you want to go that route and everything else, and you can also, how do you say, not go into a whole hog. In other words, set yourself a limit, 10, 20 bucks, you know. Put aside all ones, the ones that's gone, cut it out. You know, that's it. You know, you don't have to do any more than that. Just have a convenient, I was just wear a small pouch that's essentially slightly bigger than 21s folded in half and stuck in there. And it has the beaded rosette on it, which is very comfortable, keeps the flap down. And I just keep them in that pocket. But I separate them so I know how far I'm going. So what I'll do is I put 5 in one and take those big paper clips and do 5 in one, 5 in the other. And so you got 3 5s. Okay, I'll put 2 in this one in my pockets, okay, and 1 in this bag. When I run out of the 5s in here, well, I know, okay, you know what you're doing here. You know, that way you don't financially embarrass yourself if you want to give away to somebody. Like I said, still not necessary. Okay, that's just convenience. Comfortable shoes. Actually, they like to have people wear moccasins. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Moccasins are expensive, or you can make them yourself. Okay, either way is appropriate. Boots. I wear comfortable Mexican boots. These are like wearing house shoes. I mean, these are the most comfortable shoes on earth. I love them. Oh, they are like socks. They really are. I mean, man, I could go for days dancing in these things. They are that comfortable. These come from Mexico City, but you don't have to go that far. There are wonderful boots and shoes everywhere. Find a nice, appropriate boot. I had a barber once who told me about appropriate boots. He said, you see cowboys and guys, ow, 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 pulling their boots off. And you think, wow, how'd you get that on? You know, that's great for girls wearing jeans, but it's not good for boots. Because when it comes to a boot, it's got to be, this barber said, take your toe, put it gently on the heel, and it should just come right off. He said, any turn that, you're damaging your foot. He said, you should be able to move your toes around. It shouldn't be a problem. I can wiggle my toes all over the place. Well, the thing is, don't constrict your feet, okay? You're going to be dancing for hours. True Gourd dances last like usually from either 1 or 2 till right before supper. So you're looking at 4.5 hours. Okay, after supper, not just 1 hour. It's usually 2 or 3 hours after supper. So you're looking at dancing maybe 7 to 8 hours in one day. If it's a 3-day powwow, you're going to be dancing 24 hours. So you got to think of your feet and your health. Okay, let's see. Dress appropriately. Then what they think about is long sleeve shirts, not necessarily white, but in the times when this dance was being revived, white shirt was what you wore to church. You know, and so it kind of stuck. Ribbon shirts. Also great. Any kind of ribbon shirt. With veterans groups, naturally they like to have things that are red, white, and blue stuff, you know, and that's good. That's all right. But ribbon shirts in general are just fine. Whatever you like, your colors, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you enjoy. Let's see, where else are we? Generally no headgear. Okay, that includes cowboy hats, but you see a lot of folks that do wear cowboy hats because when you get out in the sunshine, and that sun's beating down on you, either you do or you don't. You know, it's up to you. But some places would look down upon it. Ball caps are a no-no. I don't know why that is if they allow cowboy hats on a ball cap, but they don't. Short sleeve shirts are a no-no. There again, because it's that mindset, ritualization of things. It has nothing to do with what's appropriate. Because a lot of the dancers in the olden times didn't wear a shirt. They might have a vest on that was beaded and that sort of thing, but no shirt, you know. So you think, okay, well you can't wear in between, shirt that's short sleeves. No, you can't. Okay. Let's see. Generally, they say no jeans, but I've seen it many a time. Matter of fact, take jeans to the cleaners, have them put medium to heavy starch on them, and they look great for weeks, you know. Let's see. To me, that's pretty much what I asked when I first started Gourd dancing. But recognizing songs is important too, because when you are Gourd dancing, sometimes the drum or the MC or some unassociated person will ask for a song for an honoring. Maybe they're going to honor a parent or a child or someone they love. But they'll ask for a war dance song. And knowing the songs will keep you from embarrassing yourself, like starting out Gourd dancing and like, hey, that's a war dance song, and everybody else is going around war dancing, and you know, whoops, you know. But that happens too. I've seen it happen many times. But knowing the song is good. Those are commercially available also. I may have the card of the guy that has everyone in the world. You can go online and get these. They run around $22 generally. And his name is Emmett Brown. And he's out of Dallas-Fort Worth area. Him and his wife Connie carry every manner of movie and CD you can think of getting. Any other questions from any of y'all?
Can't think of any.
What, vest?
You can, yes. As a matter of fact, long sleeve and the vest. Now, organizations a lot of times use those as identifiers. Like Convention War Scouts, they wear a white shirt and a black leather vest. And a lot of times they'll have their colors on it, and you have your latest on it, your name on it, whatever else you need to put on it. And like if you belong to an organization, you can have the organizational name embroidered on the back, or have a patch made or something like that. Let's see, Convention Little Ponies actually have a red and blue vest. It's half red, half blue. On the back it has the symbol of the Convention Little Pony logo. Let's see, we have shirts. There's a white ribbon shirt with red ribbons, and it has the name of the Convention Little Ponies embroidered on one sleeve and your name embroidered on the other. Let's see, different organizations given some by some wonderful convention people. It's all white, and the edge has red embroidery on it, and it has embroidered roses on each side and on the back. Man, that is one sharp vest, but it's white, and I'm a slob, and I like chili and mustard and rolling around the ground, you know, so I gotta be very careful when I wear that. I haven't trashed it yet. Anything else?